Right, yeah, you're completely right.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Before we get started here,
in Syria, come to Libya. So it's trying to.
We're interested in a serious conversation with Congress about this. Look, there is this emerging trend in Congress that has worsened in just the last few weeks, where Congress isn't simply in a position of just saying no. Congress is actually refusing to engage. They're not just actively saying no, they're refusing to do the basic function of their job. They're refusing to consider this specific Gitmo plan. They're refusing to even consider the president's nominee to the Supreme Court. They're refusing to even take any sort of action on an AUMF. And they've refused to even convene a hearing to discuss the president's budget with the president's budget director, something that has happened every year for the last 40 years. People who are serious fiscal conservatives, people who are willing to listen to the advice of our military committee process for certifying that. It requires a specific approval of the Secretary of... Isn't it ridiculous and irresponsible to suggest that we should just wantonly spend an extra $85 million a year to keep these individuals in prison at Guantanamo Bay that, oh, by the way, terrorists actually use as a recruiting tool? It doesn't make sense. That's not a good way to run the country. It certainly isn't the best way to look at for our national security, and it's not a good way to be a good steward of taxpayer dollars. Releasing them, at least in some cases, is not an option. So shouldn't we just try to find, if we put them through the justice system, those individuals have been convicted? And while Senator McConnell may claim some unanimity of opinion among Republicans on the Judiciary Committee, he cannot claim unanimity of opinion when it comes to Republicans in the United States Senate. The fact is, we've seen unambiguous statements from people like Senator Kirk and Senator Collins that they believe that the president's nominee should get a fair hearing and a timely up or down vote. Take the steps that we believe are necessary to enhance our national security. You can do all that every Congress for the last 40 years has. So I don't know what's happening in Congress right now.
We always said it's going to take a long time. But if you go from where we were in the summer of 2014 and recognizing how difficult this is, and you just look at the map of taking away 40% of their territory in Iraq, and it's going to continue to shrink, we're having some good effect. I mean, we're taking out about 1 to 2 of their main key leaders every few days, and that's going to continue. And we're doing some things, obviously, I won't talk about from the podium. But, you know, some momentum is beginning to build.